I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, we'll have to do it that way. Maybe. I don't know what's going on with my stuff because, well, why would my stuff work? I mean, there's that. Why would it work? So can you hear me now? Yay! I don't know. I had to change this. I not that I absolutely love that, but it will be fine. It will be fine till later, until I figure it out. Hello everyone. It's your Sunday morning waking up podcast, sorta. Um, Sean and I are like two ships in the night right now. He's got some monthly meetings that he goes to, and I know, yay! I'm watching the thing, so I know that at least y'all can hear me somewhat. Um, so Sean has his monthly meetings that he goes to. I was sick. So he went solo last week and I've been sick for a couple days or a couple weeks. So it really was. It's really just been us passing in the night. So eventually we will get back to the usually scheduled broadcast. But today you got me. Hello for everyone. Welcome to Waking Up. I am, well, currently one of two hosts. I am Anna, and this is where we talk mental health, religious trauma, and pretty much just whatever is, whatever happens. That's pretty much what we're doing today. So let's do our usual disclaimer because I don't want to get sued. Here on Waking Up, we are not here to bash anyone's faith or religion. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. I am not a healthcare professional. I am not a mental health care professional. I do not have any certifications or verifications. Anything said on this podcast is my personal experience, my personal opinions, just things that I have learned over the years, and they might be wrong. So please do not take anything that I say as any type of replacement for medical advice, mental health advice, advice. If you do need real mental health professional help, we do have information to help you get in touch with those who are certified and have all the documentation that they need. Oh, yay. That's great, Asta. So anything said here is editorial only. Yes. So I grew up in the Carolinas in the 90s and 2000s, where it was Billy Graham territory. Sean and I both grew up as Southern Baptists. And for those of you who aren't aware, Southern Baptist is a evangelical conservative denomination of the Protestant Christian faith. So yes. Hi, Calvino. Hello, everyone. I actually don't have anything planned today. I sounds probably really stupid, but I cried after dinner today. Was it a good cry or bad cry? And honestly, there's no real, technically, there's no real thing as good or bad crying. It is very much was it a crying in hurt or crying of relief? So that is a better way to put that. Let me log in. Hold on one second, because it's been a hot minute since I've streamed and been on my computer, or at least via my stuff. So it's asking me to log in. It says, no, I don't want to join. I already have an account. Thank you. How about what? So I have a question. Well, here's the thing that since I don't have anything really planned, it sounds probably really bad. I cried after relief. See, and that's good. See, like crying is like that relief of that's awesome. It's just your body's way of processing an emotion. I think that a lot of people take crying as like, oh, weakness. Don't cry. But I actually find crying a source of strength. I find crying actually a very cleansing and cathartic thing. Maybe it's because I cry a lot, but I also think in other people, I think it is a way of your body's way of being able to process some strong emotions, and your nervous system being able to react to whatever it is you're feeling. And that's why people happy cry, that's why people angry cry when they're angry. I'm an angry crier. So I think very intense emotions, I think crying is a good thing. And I am so glad that thing you're healing up really well, Asta. I know that that's been a journey for you. Didn't feel food feeling hungry all day, but I'm so happy with my ginger. See, that's great. I have very rarely, for those who've had dental issues, have I've actually know several people who have dentures have actually been very relieved and happy when they got them. So it's restored some confidence, and it's restored some sense of being about themselves. So that's awesome. Uh, my stuff is that the new my okay, hold on. It's causing me it's how do y'all have like a trillion passwords? Is not the right password. I don't know what the right password is. Yeah, I'm having trouble logging in. There we go. I knew I'd find it eventually. But I was just wondering because I was like, doing the usual Chat GPT Logan thing about like, okay, I'm going solo today. What do I talk about? And it was giving me some things. So um I was just wondering because I don't know if we've ever done this, or if we have done it, it's been a while, but um before I didn't had a meal that I cried after paying for your see, and that's awesome. That's so great, and we're going to celebrate that, and that's great. That's going to improve your quality of life, and it's a we celebrate the victories. So that's awesome, Asta. Um, but I was wondering, have we ever done an ask anything? Like, I was wondering, like, have you guys ever asked questions and we answered them? I mean, if we have, that's fine. But I just don't know if we've ever done that. And I got to find my authenticator. As you can tell, not prepared for today. I have like 5 passwords: low security, high, mid, banking, and BS. I have like 4 or 5 that I generally use. But then I'm like, I never know which one's which. So I just keep trying and hopefully I don't. Oh, see, I got in. Yay. Hopefully I don't like lock myself out. So I know I should keep that. Ask me with, and I don't think so. Okay. Well, you know what? I feel like this is a time where I feel like you can be a part of the podcast. I mean, I can absolutely make some shit up. I mean, I can. But feel free to ask me anything within reason. And I reserve the right to maintain my privacy. But yeah, I feel like I talk a lot, but we don't ask a lot of questions. Oh, it's been several mini. Okay. Well, do you want to have an official AMA? I don't know. It's fine. Again, I could come up with something to talk about right quick because yeah. Um I the past 2 weeks I've been sick, and I've been dealing with that. And I honestly I haven't had therapy in a couple weeks because I was sick, severely sick the week before. This week, actually, my therapist was sick, so I haven't had therapy in a couple weeks. So I mean, I've just been me being sick. Everything's been, I mean, just pretty much me just trying to get better. But I've also there's some stuff going on at work that it's just very mentally and emotionally taxing that I have been using my skills like a mad woman. So it's been a couple weeks. Um, Yeah, I've been not doing much. So, would you still love me if I shaved my head? Yes. Of course I would. Hair is hair. Hair is hair. Um, yeah. I mean, it would take me a moment to get used to. Any major change like that, would certainly take me a minute. But I mean, you're you. I don't love you for your hair, though it is fun. I have some fun stories with your bro. um, but yes, I would still love you if you shaved your head. Now, are we talking like just buzzing, leaving a little hair, or are we like we talking like razor shaving? Those are two different looks. I mean, I would love you either way, but yeah. You know what? Sometimes my therapist says sometimes something, and she makes me think of you because you told me the same thing. Razor bald. Oh, yeah, that would be fun, Calvino. Oh, really, Asta? Actually, you're not the first person that has told me that. Both Sean and Jay and several of my friends have gone, so apparently you're talking to my therapist. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, because my therapist said the same thing that you said. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want from me? Um, it's not that I don't have any medical training, period. I just know that I have been in therapy a long time. I know what I'm dealing with, and I know that like I know what I go through. And so I just share what I go through, what I have, what I'm working on. And, that's why I do waking up. That's why I used to do in the middle. That's why I did all my mental health stuff and why I'm a mental health advocate. And why I treat it the way that I do. I'm not out to fix anyone. Um, that's the reality of it. I'm not out to fix anyone, and I'm really, because trying to fix people and trying to is the wrong approach, because trying to fix people is just saying I don't accept you and love you for where you are and who you are right now. I try to support people because I know that's what I need. I don't need people fixing me. It is my job to fix me, but I also know how lonely it is. And I think a lot of people lean in too much of the, oh, I'm full, like, look at all the good stuff that I'm doing, or the look how I can fix you because you're this. And I'm just like, let's be real. And I think that's the way I approach it, is let me share you my experiences, even though I know your experiences in life are very different. Here, let me share with you where I'm at, what I'm doing, and that I'm human, and that you're not alone in being human, and just accepting that humanity, good, bad, and indifferent. So, dude, I would join you, razor ball. Calvino, you started something. No offense. I will not be razor shaving my head. Not unless I absolutely had to. I have trouble cutting my hair longer than shoulder length right now. So I feel like it's still, this is the part that's like, I'm still holding on to my youth. Like, at least I have pretty decent hair. So the skin, the clear, clean, wrinkle-free skin is going away, and like all the hormone shit. So it's like I'm holding on to the last bit of my youth in my hair. Uh, the only way I can get fixed is if I change myself, and I don't think that there's such a thing as being fixed. And that's something I'm still struggling with, Asta. Is trying to fix myself and fix others, and just the idea of fixing things. I think that words matter, as we've talked about several times. Words matter, and I don't need to be fixed. I don't think. Um, I don't think you need to be fixed. I think we just need to find some healing, and whatever that looks like. I mean, it is our own personal job to heal ourselves, but I had this discussion with Jay the other night. It's incredibly frustrating for me, and it's really difficult for me when because I have done a lot of in intensive like therapy and trauma work and just really working on myself and really starting to grasp the idea that two things can exist in the same space. Um, I need to cope in a healthy way and not get so goddamn emotional over little things. But is getting emotional really that bad? Maybe it's not about you not getting emotional. Maybe it's just you learning how to navigate the emotions in a different capacity. I still get way super, super duper emotional over things. I just no longer break down over them. So it's not that I don't feel the feelings intensely, like anger. Oh, let me tell you, I am working through the whole anger situation because I've been told all my life that I shouldn't feel angry over anything. So, yeah, that's an emotion that I am still struggling with how to navigate. Yeah, it's not good. um, what's a skill or technique you, what's a skill or technique you had that I wish I had? What's a skill or technique I wish I had? Yeah. Okay. Um, oh, that's a good question. A skill or technique that I wish I had. I wish I had more of the ability to let things pass me by. Um, and things that I don't have any control over, and not take things personally. I am getting better at that skill, but it is a skill that I don't think I'll ever truly master, just due to the types of trauma that I have and the coping mechanisms that I have trained myself over the years and just that I've dealt with. It has eased a little bit, but I really wish I had the ability to, oh, here's another one. I was thinking about this the other day. I am not one to just, though, though I know it doesn't seem like it, like I am not a person that will, um, be confrontational. No, this is how I think. No, this is what I want. And no, there's no question. There's no debate. There's no, because of the people pleasing aspect of my coping mechanisms and my trauma, I very much, even when I'm being assertive, always back off a little bit. So holding boundaries and holding my opinions and really setting firm aggressive, like sometimes because some situations it's hard for me, which also comes in decision making too. It is really, really difficult for me to make a firm decision, because I am terrified of the consequences. I am terrified of hurting people. I'm terrified of all of that stuff. So it is very, very, very incredibly difficult for me to go, no, this is the decision that I'm making. This is what I want. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. It's very hard for me. And I really, 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 there are some people in my life who are very much very decisive, they can make decisions and they go about their day. And I am not that person, and I really wish I was. I really wish, because with that, it brings a lot of turmoil and a lot of headache and a lot of anxiety. And I am slowly getting better, but it is very, very slow and very painful and a struggle for me. It is when the amount of emotions is so much more than it needs to be. And yes, Asta, I completely understand that. The the what is it? The disproportional emotional response to whatever it is that you're facing. Um, I I am a I am in that club. I've been in that club for a very long time, for decades. When the emotional response is disproportionate to the situation that you're in because of triggers and traumas and all of these things, I absolutely understand what that is like, and it is very very difficult and very very frustrating, especially when you've crested over that emotional wave. Um, for me, I feel once I've crested over that emotional wave, because I am deeply triggered when I'm in it. And then once I've crested over and I've started come down off of it, then the floodgates of guilt and shame and awareness start kicking in of that was too much. That was not a response that was equal to the situation. And then I start feeling guilty, and then I start apologizing a lot, and then it cascades itself into a whole set of different issues and problems. So I absolutely understand that feeling asked us. So, and it's a process, and some situations are better than others depending on how deep into your trauma work you are. Um, when someone makes a remark about me that I could spiral into a depression. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And it's that, it goes back to me saying taking a lot of things personally, and what to them, to that person, they make a comment, and to them on a scale, on an emotional scale, it's like a 2 or 3. To me, it then becomes an 8, which then the 8 propels itself into a whole different set of, it's like dominoes, really. That's how I equated it, to myself, is that when somebody makes a comment, it it pushes that one domino, which then cascades into another one, which cascades into another one, which then, these elaborate dominoes, then it just becomes this effect that you can't stop. I absolutely know what that's like. That is very common occurrence for me, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to, once you're through all the dominoes falling, is making sure you go, okay, where do we go from here? And that's hard. So, yeah. um, yes. So what else should we talk about, folks? I know. I seem like I'm all knowing and all prepared. This is as prepared as I get today. I've actually had a very anxiety filled morning. I haven't been sleeping well for like 3 or 4 days now. I think a lot of it has to do with just all sorts of layers of shit that in 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 isolated a big deal. But when they're piled up on top of each other, it starts to feel a little heavy. So I haven't been sleeping well. Like I had a weird nightmare last night. So I'm sort of like out of it. Yeah. Most of the time I apologize and can't stop. Yeah. And a lot of times it's the apology is you feel guilty for apologizing so much. Oh, well, I say you. I feel guilty for apologizing so much. I'm sorry. I'm all of these things. Yeah. Anxiety has been my roommate for the last month. Yeah, like my anxiety the past, I don't know if it's the meds. I don't know, because I just finished my antibiotics. I don't know if it's the weather or the time of year or the shit that's going on at work or, but, and I think that I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I am sitting in this sense of anxiety and I have general ideas about what is causing me the anxiety, but it not necessarily have a concrete solid idea of what the anxiety is about. That bothers me more than anything, because I can't just sit here and go, let me pull out this tool in this toolbox to help me manifest or control control this, or at least contain or handle this anxiety. No, I just have to sit in the discomfort of this anxiety, of the racing thoughts and the frozen Like for any of those who've had severe anxiety, like the frozen feeling of, well, I'm just going to sit here and doom scroll because that's the only thing that's going to numb my brain right now and keep me from having a huge anxiety attack, which is where I've been the past like literal 4 days, and I haven't been sleeping well. And yeah. So me, I am not together today. I am a little scattered, so that's why I'm like, yeah, ask me anything, because that's all we're gonna get through. I mean, I can find some questions on ChatGPT to fill the silence, but that's about all we're getting today. We're not getting anything like deep and philosophical from me. I seriously considered pulling out house flippers. Only because, and well, Jay has streamed House Flipper, only because I often make the symbolism and comparison that your brain is, and I think of my mental brain and mental capacity as a house. How you're renovating the house, and I've used that before, and how like demons are living in your house and they're squatters and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a fun little thing to do as a comparison to my mental health. But I didn't pull that up in time. And of course, everything wanted to update itself because I haven't been at my computer very often in the past 2 weeks. So here we are. I had a nightmare. I finished my project cards and they got stolen. Oh no. I was really scared for the surgery, but the doctors were so amazing before I knew I was out cold. It's the doggos. Why can't I have nice things? You can't have nice things. Here's a question for you, not Asta, Calvino. Why do you think that you don't deserve nice things? Yeah. Why is it so freaking hot in my house right now? Oh, I know why. Because freaking Texas. Don't ask me that. Jesus, it went from MIA to violence. I'm only laughing only because that's a question that I often struggle with myself. Why don't I deserve to be the best? Why don't I feel that I deserve to have nice things? Why is it easier for me to accept the struggle and easier for me to reject the good things in my life, or the easy, or the safe, or the comfortable? And that's something that I struggle with. So if I'm being violent towards you guys, it's definitely I'm sitting right there in the violence with you. So I feel like if I'll have some nice things, it'll get taken away. Yes. That's for me also very common. It's for me, because again, I am not going to speak for your traumas, Calvino or Esther, or anybody in this chat. I know for me, it is hard for me to accept nice things because I feel like I have to earn them. And if good things happen to me, if nice things happen to me, if I have nice things, or something good happens to me and I didn't earn it, I feel like I don't deserve it. And that goes for love, friends, relationships. Yeah. And I think that anything that I have had in my life, anything good that has happened into my life, has almost been used as either leverage for someone else. That's what growing up, or it really very much used as like blackmail, emotional blackmail. They've weaponized anything good in my life, or even told me that I didn't deserve it. They've just flat out said, you don't deserve that. What did you do to get that? why you? Very much like, oh, well, and that's out with me, and that sits with me still. Um, Fragile cheapness. Frugalness is a survival skill. Yeah, frugalness. And I don't know. I don't. If I'm being real honest, um, I think the biggest thing is not that I don't deserve nice things. I think the hardest one that I struggle with is not having the things. Um, is The thing that I struggle with the most is, oh, thanks, Paragon. I'm in a deal of I don't believe that I've been worth it because of the amount of times. Yay, anniversary, I know. Oh, I get that. Why do I feel it? Because I'm always been told I don't deserve anything. Yeah. And that's why words matter. That's why how you talk to yourself and how I talk to myself, it matters. Because you if you get told whatever it is, you get told something repeatedly over and over and over again, you start to believe it. You start to believe, especially when you're a child and you're in adolescent years, that molds who you are as a person. And I had to earn love. I think I would like, I would like to think that I have grown past that point. But honestly, if I'm being raw and truthful, I still don't think I deserve love. I still don't think I deserve to be loved. And that's hard. I still feel that I have to earn it. I still feel like I have to do certain things and be a certain person. I still feel I have to look a certain way. Yeah. So I don't feel I don't feel like I deserve that. And I think it's easier for me to accept that I deserve to be happy. I know that I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have nice things. I am in a place where I am. It's not as difficult for me to accept that I deserve to be rewarded in my job and be acknowledged and be proud of my work. As a lot of us know, it's easier for us to professionally be proud of what we do because there's something tangible to hold on to. It is not as easy to put that when it's in a personal, such as deserving happiness and safety and love. And also a reason I shut down in a group. I do not know how to be me without all the fears and judgments. And yeah, same. Except it's a little. I don't know you in person. I just know you through chat and what we do, Asta. But for me, I shut down, and then I flip a switch. So I disassociate in groups, and then I project. So I end up like spinning like in a group. I don't want to be judged and I fear all the judgments, so I shut down for like I get really quiet for like for anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes where I am then surveying the room, and then I then project the person that I think needs to be in that situation at the time. Not healthy. That is very much a coping mechanism, but it's a coping mechanism of protecting myself, where I'm trying to protect from the judgment and the shame of, you know, I don't know how often I've been in a group and just been looked at like, shut up. Just stop saying something. Like, what are you saying? Why are you being this human? Why are you being like that? Oh, I got that. I get that a lot. Why are you being like that? Sorry. Oh, I'm new in a group. Which mask do I wear today? That one. That one. And I think sometimes it's hard because I think what is difficult about that situation is my desperation to just be loved and accepted for who I am. So it's a catch-22. It's a lose-lose situation. I don't have any water, so guess what? There's water in this coffee. It's very much a lose-lose situation because I am now putting on a mask and projecting who I think that they want me to be, or the group wants me to be, or something that is going to make whoever I'm with, whether it be my significant other or my parents or whoever I'm with, and projecting this person to make it socially acceptable so that I am not rejected. But the reality is that those people are not seeing who I truly am, and I'm not being authentically myself. So I'm not actually being accepted for who I am. So there's no real acceptance. And it's this vicious cycle, that I struggle with. I still struggle with often of, am I saying the right thing? Do I look the right way? Yeah, I feel like I'm going out less with people. Yeah. I still get my shape shifting ability is positive. Then I learned it's trauma. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That was me 100%, Jay. I used to pride myself on being a chameleon. I used to say that I could walk into any room and I could walk into any room and I could just be anything that anybody wanted me to be. And what I realized was that's not bueno. No bueno. That is no good. That is my trauma of projecting and masking to be because I was a hardcore people pleaser trying to get people to love me. And it all stems from, it's just, I want to be told it's okay. It's okay to be weird in public and say the weird thing and be outspoken and be me in public. And that regardless, I'm not going to get fussed at or chastised, because I often get fussed at and chastised still, for not fitting in a box, or I don't know. I still struggle with that. I spoke to my therapist 2 years. So I would now getting ready to go out and mentally prepare. No thanks. Netflix doesn't judge me. Well, it does sort of when it asks you, are you still there? And then asks you, now it's like, it has several prompts. Don't ask me again. And then Netflix will judge you, and it's like, here are some of the things that we suggest that you think you might like based on your watching, the algorithm. Listen, yeah, I like the C dramas. I I'm all about some Chinese, Korean dramas right now. I watched a lot of them while I was sick. It's fine. It's soap operas in a foreign language, and I'm so here for it. Humans can be so overwhelming, and some look at you with just a look of disappointment while you did nothing but struggle with life. I used to have separated friend groups, and I was a different person each one. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why it bothers me so much, because both my kids are very, very goofy. Um, they say whatever comes to their mind. They are who they are. They're very comfortable in who they are and the things that they say and like have 'em like they come in and they'll just say whatever's in their head. They will do whatever it is that is running through their head in that moment. And it bothers me even when it's said in a joking way of, you're being a weirdo. Stop that. Or stop. That's just, what are you doing? Like, you're being weird. I hate that. I hate that. Um, I think it's also I hate that because I was said I don't know how many times that was told to me so often that I learned and was trained, and in some cases I was very much traumatized into being silent. Um, and keeping that part of my personality locked away. And I don't want that, ever want that for my children. I think that there is an appropriate time and place for that. And I think that my kids understand that they're very intelligent. They're very smart. They're very emotionally intelligent. And I'm very proud of them for that. So I hate it. And I don't use the word hate very often, but I hate it. I hate it when I see, and even with myself, I mean, I can handle a little bit better because, I've learned how to move, but I hate it when like my kids are just being themselves, being open, feeling safe to be who they are, do what they do and say the things. And somebody says, "What, you weirdo? Why? No, stop it. Stop it. You're, stop." Like, I'm like, yeah, they're in their own home. Let them be who they want to be. It's not hurting anyone. I think that's the thing. It's not hurting anyone, but your words are hurting. And I try very hard when that happens. I'm like, they're just being them. And they're not being inappropriate. They're not being anything. They're just being funny. They're just being uninhibited. They're being uninhibited. And that's okay. And I think that bothers certain types of people. I think being uninhibited bothers certain types of people because it is not part of a pattern plan or in it's just not, it's out of a norm. And I think that does genuinely bother people, which is okay, but accept that part about yourself. Don't project that onto other people, because I've had that projected onto me too often, too many times. Um, Must not have reached the point for them to ask me that. um, so yeah. Sorry, I got on my little soapbox there a little bit. I don't even know where the ADD has been strong in the Dragon household. I can tell you that for a fact. Strong.